All right, let's start with a thought experiment. A question that completely rewrites the rules of life on Earth and really pushes our understanding of this planet to the absolute limit.
Just picture it. You wake up and there are no waves, no tides, just this huge, empty basin where the sea used to be. I know, it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but thinking through it shows you just how unbelievably important the oceans are for everything.
So, beyond the terrifying dead silence, the very first thing we'd notice is the geography. Our planet's surface would be transformed in an instant. I mean, think about it. The oceans cover over 70% of the Earth. If they disappeared, we wouldn't just be losing water, we'd be gaining a brand new, totally unexplored territory bigger than all of our continents combined. Every single coastline we know would vanish. Ports would be sitting on the edge of gigantic cliffs. Islands, they'd just be the peaks of newly exposed mountain ranges. This isn't just a new landscape, it's a whole new and very hostile world. The change to the land would be immediate, sure, but the truly catastrophic changes, those would start happening in our atmosphere. We've just lost the planet's main climate regulator. You see, the oceans are amazing at absorbing and moving the sun's energy around. They're like our planet's heat buffer. Without them, days would become scorching hot and nights would be freezing cold. The temperature swings would be just violent. And right there, the engine of our entire weather system just breaks. With no more water evaporating from the oceans, you get no more clouds. And no clouds means no more rain. This isn't a dry spell we're talking about. It's a permanent, planet-wide drought. And this number, well, scientists estimate this would be our new average global temperature, 153 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 67 Celsius. Life on the surface would become pretty much impossible.
So, as if a broken climate and blistering heat weren't enough, the very air we breathe is the next to go. And this really shows you how all of Earth's systems are tangled together.
You know, we often think of rainforests as the lungs of the planet, but that's really only half the story. These little microscopic organisms in the ocean, they are the real powerhouses of oxygen production. And with the oceans gone, well, so are they. The chain reaction from there is terrifyingly fast. Oxygen levels start to plummet. Every single marine creature is gone in an instant. This kicks off a complete collapse of global food webs. And for us humans, a huge source of food for billions of people just vanishes. Entire economies would crater overnight.
So, what about us, the human survivors on this dying planet? Is it possible our ingenuity could save us? Or is this the end of the line?
The world we'd built would be basically obsolete. Coastal cities are now useless. Farming is impossible. The only water left is the tiny fraction locked in ice caps and underground. That water is now the only resource that matters. So this is it. This is the final test for humanity. Could we actually engineer a solution? Could we build a new way to live on a planet that's actively trying to get rid of us? Our survival would come down to some really radical technology. We'd need massive machines to literally pull the last bits of moisture out of the hot air, and we'd have to carefully manage every last drop of groundwater. It would be this desperate, high-tech battle for every single drop of water. But even if we somehow figured out the water problem, the planet itself would throw new, deadly challenges at us. The very ground beneath our feet would become an enemy. Can you just imagine the geopolitics? The Mariana Trench would suddenly be a canyon almost 7 miles deep. Nations would be scrambling to claim these huge, mineral-rich seabeds, drawing new lines on a map no one's ever seen before. So get this. Right now, with our oceans in place, winds kick about 2,000 million tons of dust and sand into the atmosphere every single year. Now try to imagine all those dry ocean beds. Trillions of tons of sand and sediment with zero moisture to hold them down. The planet would be scoured by continent-spanning dust storms that would make the worst storms in our history look like a gentle breeze. And ultimately, in a world with such extreme scarcity, fighting over the last habitable spots and the last drops of water, it wouldn't just be likely, it would be pretty much inevitable. Humanity's final chapter might just be written in dust and conflict. This whole apocalyptic scenario really boils down to one simple, fundamental truth. The oceans are so much more than just big pools of water. They regulate our climate, they produce our oxygen, they drive the systems that create the world we live in. They aren't just a feature on our planet,
They are its life support system.
And that right there is the ultimate takeaway. Losing the oceans isn't like losing a forest or even a species. It's like a body losing all of its blood. The system just fails, and everything that depends on it, including us, fails too. It's a pretty stark reminder of what we stand to lose, and why protecting our planet's blue heart is maybe the most important job we have.